A Maine mom speaks out about the death of her daughter and the bullying that led her to take her own life. Good evening, everyone. I'm Amanda Hill.
And I'm Brian Yacono. The issue of school bullying, whether on campus or online, it's been in the news quite a bit lately, most notably in Farmington, where just last month, the father of a student at Mount Blue High School shared with us this video showing his daughter being assaulted by another student.
Then we heard from the mother of another student who said her son was attacked after school. Both parents said they'd heard from other parents with kids at Mount Blue who said bullying is a big problem.
And it is one that appears to be statewide. The annual Maine Integrated Youth Health Survey asked more than 2,700 middle schoolers if they'd been bullied on school property. Overall, 49% of them said they had. But when you break it down by gender, it shows that while 41% of boys said they'd been bullied, nearly 60% of girls said they had been bullied.
If there is any ray of hope, it's that by high school, those percentages are cut by more than half, with 26% of 16-year-old girls saying they had experienced bullying within the past year. It brings us to Kaya Travis, a 16-year-old student at Massabesic High School in Waterboro, who took her own life recently after her mother says she was bullied relentlessly.
That mom is now speaking about the daughter she lost and about what she sees as a failure of the school to recognize a problem. She had sat down with News Center Maine's Pearl Small recently. Pearl joins us now in studio, so it's apparent she feels bullying is bigger than a lot of people may realize.
Yeah, Brian and Amanda, that's right. It's barely been a week since Kaya Travis's death, and after losing a child, it's understandable a parent may want time to process and grieve before talking about it. Yet Kaya's mother, Liza Travis, felt a sense of urgency to share her story, because since Kaya's death, dozens of people have gone public about their own experiences with bullying at that school. I spoke with her, as well as other parents and school leaders, to better understand what's going on at Massabesic.
People think that's me on the picture.
For Liza Travis, looking at her daughter was almost like looking in the mirror.
This was a week before she passed.
Kaya Travis was just 16 years old when she took her own life on April 9th. And in the midst of unbearable grieving, her mother is saddled with another struggle.
I probably maybe one every couple hours. Friends of Kaya's reaching out about like the bullying and stuff.
Liza says her daughter was a victim of severe bullying at Massabesic High School, which involved verbal harassment from other students both in school and online, including one boy who repeatedly told her to kill herself.
Kaya had friends even go with her to report the bullying. She tried to report her own bullies by herself, and she was just always told that they were busy or that something would be done, and unfortunately, nothing was ever done.
Liza says it didn't matter how high up they took the claims.
Actually, they ended up speaking to the superintendent, and the superintendent said, "You're not being bullied, they're just not being nice to you. There's a difference."
Superintendent Stephen Markey did not comment on that statement when I brought it to his attention. Markey did confirm that Kaya's death is the second unexpected death of a Massabesic high school student that he has seen in his 3 years at RSU 57.
He sent us a letter that said the district remains dedicated to promoting mental health awareness and providing resources for those in need. What would you... Do you agree with that?
I think that's a cop-out, and I think that's an excuse.
Markey refused to discuss details specific to Kaya, saying he wants to approach the matter with discretion and prioritize the privacy of those involved. But Kaya's mom says she doesn't want privacy, she wants action.
Are you angry at the school?
I'm very angry at the school.
After her daughter's death, Liza started a Facebook page for people to share their experiences of bullying at Massabesic.
We've had over 107 people come on and say that, that they've been bullied in that school as well with no repercussions.
The posts are filled with accounts from current and past students, as well as parents of students at the school, like Lori Matos.
Stuff happens at school, and it's basically like Las Vegas. What stays in Vegas, happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Mato says her 16-year-old daughter deals with relentless bullying every day, which has been repeatedly reported to the school.
It's just like, okay, come in, we're going to do the same thing, and then we're going to send you back out and nothing changes.
Superintendent Markey told me he doesn't believe the school has failed to follow up on reports of bullying, and he says that district has implemented a comprehensive approach to address bullying. That approach includes expanding support services, adding a culture and accountability coach, and establishing clear policies against bullying and harassment. Matos says it hasn't been enough.
I think he's being politically correct to cover their butts, basically. He has no clue, and if he does, shame on him.
Matos, like many people I've spoken to, is worried about the impact the school's response could have.
So if you can't admit there's a problem, this is what we're going to keep getting, is we're going to keep getting our kids killing themselves. I don't want mine being next.
This is an epidemic, you know, kids ending their lives, kids even younger than Kaya. And something needs to be said about it. So, like, I just want to come here and be the voice for them and for my daughter, and that, you know, it is not okay. None of this is okay.
If you or a young person you know is struggling with mental health, there are a number of resources available. One of them is Maine's statewide crisis line, 888-568-1112, or just dial 711. Then there's the National Suicide Prevention and Crisis Lifeline. For that, just dial 988. And NAMI Maine operates a teen tech support line where you can message a trained staff support specialist. That number is 207-515-8398. Brian and Amanda, a celebration of life is being held to honor Kaya Travis tomorrow. It will be at 11 a.m. at the Waterboro Grange Hall.
Pearl Small with a difficult but very important conversation for so many families. Thank you tonight.